1:15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danush Kumar Devala and read by Niranjan Abesundara. Travel restrictions will be continuously implemented until the 7th of this month. Restrictions will not be eased on the 31st and 4th as previously planned. Permits of the traders who sell consumer goods for the higher prices will be cancelled. Dousing the fire on board the MV Express Pearl is on the final stage. Police have arrested 829 individuals in the 24 hours of violating the quarantine regulations. Moratua Mayor has been arrested for behaving in an unruly manner during the COVID-19 vaccination drive. The government has decided to import organic fertilizer. China hits back at the US revisits Wuhan lab leak theory. And in sports news, Sri Lanka chose to bat first at the third and final ODI against Bangladesh. The government decided to import organic fertilizer soon. Present production of organic fertilizer is not enough to meet the demand of the country. Relevant gazette notification has completed at present. It was presented to the Cabinet on the 1st of this month. This decision was taken after a meeting held on the patronage of the President yesterday. The local organic fertilizer manufacturers will be motivated to increase production. Moratua Mayor Saman Lal Fernando has been arrested for behaving in an unruly manner during the COVID-19 vaccination drive organised in Moratamula yesterday. The police said the mayor was arrested after surrendering to the Mount Rainier police today. He was accused of obstructing the duties of a medical officer engaged in the vaccination program. Police have arrested 829 individuals in the 24 hours ending at 6 a.m. today for violating the quarantine regulations in Sri Lanka. Police spokesman D. Jadith Rohan has said this was the highest number of arrests to be made in a single day since the 30th of October 2020. He said 180 suspects were arrested in Marthale, 79 in Nicobarity and 72 in Colombo. A majority of suspects were arrested for violating the identified travel restriction that has been enforced in the country. A total of 15,590 suspects have been arrested for violating the quarantine law since October 2020. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Ceylon Electricity Board say electricity supply will be restored in the areas where power cuts experienced from yesterday. CB says around 170,000 houses went dark yesterday due to the prevailing weather situation in the country. The board urged the people not to fall prey as they are working to restore electricity supply. Meanwhile, Chairman of the CEB, Vijay Herat, said the reports of circular regarding the manufacturing of the Rachole coal power plant is false. The chairman said due to the low demand, it is not necessary to operate the power plant in its full capacity. And that ends local news for now.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vedha Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedha Mahatmya.
Prison Management and Prison Rehabilitation State Minister Lohan Ratwata said those arrested for drug abuse will be sent directly to a rehabilitation centre without being remanded. According to the existing law, a person who is arrested and remanded in custody for drug abuse can only be rehabilitated if he or she wishes to do so. He said, adding that there are plans to change the system and send him for compulsory rehabilitation. He made his statement at media briefing held at the minister's residence in Mahayava, Kandy recently. He said that this will be implemented soon after discussions with the Justice Minister and Attorney General.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedha Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Right, and we have The Watchlight segment, Sri Lanka Board of Investment has requested not to misuse permits given to arrive at production and export industrial factories amid prevailing strict travel restrictions. Permission has been given to the employees or export processing zones and factories on the BOI to continue their work. Chairman of the BOI, Sanjay Bhottala, pointed out the employees can use their private vehicles or transport method provided by the institutions. Well, that came to you in Watchlight. May I check what you said, what you gave me? World News. China hits back as US revisits Wuhan lab leak theory. US tells Russia it will not rejoin the Open Skies Treaty. New Zealand fugitive charters helicopter to police station. China has denounced US efforts to further investigate whether COVID-19 came from a Chinese lab. US President Joe Biden said he expects to release the results of an intelligence report on the origins of the virus. China's foreign ministry accused the US of political manipulation and blame shifting. It has rejected any link between COVID-19 and a virus research lab in the Chinese city of Wuhan. COVID-19 was first detected in Wuhan in late 2019. Since then, more than 160 million cases have been confirmed worldwide and about 3.5 million deaths reported. China's officials linked early COVID cases to a seafood market in Wuhan, leading scientists to theorize that the virus had first passed to humans from animals. The US has told Russia it will not rejoin an arms control deal that permits unarmed aerial flights over dozens of participating countries. State Department said Open Skies Treaty has been undermined by Russia's violations and its failure to return to compliance. Russia denies the allegation, and the country is also expected to withdraw from the treaty this year. The accord allows short-notice flights to monitor military activity. More than 30 million nations participate in the treaty, which came into force in 2002. A man who had been on the run in rural New Zealand hired a helicopter to fly to a police station and surrender. James Bryant, who faced assault charges, spent 5 weeks apparently hiding in a small town in North Otago. He told local media at the time that there had been great, but he was ready to leave the middle of nowhere. Business advocate Arthur Taylor, who brokered the peaceful arrest, said he had taken Mr. Bryant for champagne and oysters on their way to the station. Taylor, high-profile former inmate who is currently on parole, told reporters outside Dunedin Central Police Station it was his first decent meal in weeks. And back to the headlines of the world news. China hits back as US revisits Wuhan lab leak theory. US tells Russia it will not rejoin Open Skies Treaty. New Zealand fugitive charters helicopter to police station. That was world news. On to development news. Hambantota International Port will partner Intertech Lanka Private Limited to establish a state-of-the-art petroleum testing laboratory, which will be unique to Sri Lanka. Through this facility, Intertech will provide innovative and bespoke assurance, testing, inspection, and certification services. Hambantota International Port Group CEO Johnson Leo said the harbour has great potential in energy services due to its location in the Indian Ocean rim, where 50% of the world's maritime oil is traded.
Sports News is brought to you by...
When Aya bought a motorbike, he bought 2 helmets. So sweet of him. I'm sure the other one is for me.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neve.
Sports News manager Zinedine Zidane has resigned from Real Madrid for the second time in his coaching career. Real failed to win a trophy this season and were pipped to the La Liga title by city rivals Atletico Madrid on a dramatic final day on Saturday. Real said in a statement that they must now respect Zidane's decision. They thank Zidane 48 for his professionalism, dedication and passion over the years and what he means to Real Madrid. Former France forward Zidane, who played for Real for 2001-2006, won 3 consecutive Champions League titles and a La Liga title in his first period as manager between 2016 and 2018. He left in May 2018 but returned 10 months later and secured the second La Liga title last season. That was Sports News.
My wife always sets a full lunch table even if it's just the 2 of us. She always expects people to drop by, like maybe the army.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neve.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Twitter has listed a new subscription service on app stores in an indication that social media giant is preparing to trial the offering soon. Twitter Blue is listed as an in-app purchase. Twitter has given no further details and has declined to confirm online claim that the service could allow users to undo tweets. It previously said it was working on special features for paid subscribers. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Amazon temporarily halted construction of a new U.S. warehouse again after an eighth noose was found at the site. Construction stopped at the Windsor, Connecticut warehouse for the second time within a week on Wednesday. Amazon said the site has since reopened and is working with officials on the investigation. The company also offered a $100,000 reward for information on the nooses, the first of which was discovered at the end of April. Windsor Police Chief Donald Melanson said at a press conference that the workers had found red rope with a noose tied at the end on the 5th floor of the site. That is economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Showers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamu, central and northwestern provinces and the Golden Mathura districts. Fairly heavy fall of humidity is going to be expected some places in the Sabaragamu province and the Kandy and Nuwara districts. Short and a shower will occur at a few places in the Uva province and Ampara and Batticaloa district in the evening or night. Wind speed can increase up to 30-40 kilometers per hour at times of the island and 50 kilometers at times the western slope of the Central Hills, northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee and Hambantota districts. That was the weather report.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The government had decided to continuously implement the travel restrictions until the 7th of this month. Restrictions will not be eased on the 31st and 4th as previously planned. A meeting in this regard was held under the pattern of the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa this morning. During the meeting, it was highlighted that the behavior of the people on the 25th of this month were irresponsible and will lead to severe spread of the COVID-19 in the country. And back to the headlines of the news. Travel restrictions will be continuously implemented until the 7th of this month. Next month. Restrictions will not be eased on the 31st and 4th as previously planned. Permits of the traders who sell consumer goods for the high prices will be cancelled. Dousing the fire on board MB Express Pearl is on the final stage. Police have arrested 829 individuals in 24 hours violating the quarantine regulations. Moratuwa Mayor has been arrested for behaving in an unruly manner during COVID-19 vaccination drive. The government decided to import organic fertilizer.